If you're thinking about laying some boarding in your loft, you are going to need to get expert advice from a builder and learn a little bit about construction. My loft is typical of post-war housing built in the 1950s. The timber construction consists of joists, binders, purlins and rafters. You will want to learn the terminology. I took measurements of the timber and inspected everywhere for any signs of animal entry, like this. After taking my measurements, I came up with a rough drawing to help me work out how much timber I would need. In order to support the flooring, I added extra binders of C24 grade timber. These were set into the brickwork and then ran over the central supporting internal walls. From here I mounted C24 grade 6x2 timber joists from the binders to the wall plates alongside the existing joists, which were only half the size. This technique is often referred to as sistering the joists. These were secured to the binders using joist hangers, whilst being secured to the wall plate using heavy-duty L-brackets. I raised the joists off of the wall plate a little with timber, so that they would be level and so that the joists weren't resting on the plasterboard of the ceiling below. From binder to binder, joist hangers were again used, while restraint straps were used to hold the binders together and prevent them from moving around, in particular when I was hammering in the nails. For this job I purchased a miter saw. I cannot emphasize enough how useful this was and how much time it saved me. Once the timbers were in place, I went about installing noggins between the joists in order to better spread the load and stiffen up the floor. Then I ran the cables so that they were out of the way, patched up holes in the roof felt and installed rafter ventilators. Then it was a case of running insulation throughout the joist. In my particular case, the depth varied from 2700mm to 3000mm, which is ample amount to provide adequate insulation for the rooms below. I chose to use floorboards rather than the loft boards you can buy in DIY stores. It costs around 3 times as much but offers much better structural integrity. They're much lighter in weight and provide much better protection against any potential water ingress. It is a loft after all. Finally, I covered up the bare rafters with foil insulation, leaving a significant air gap for ventilation, which is essential to allow your timber to breathe. Altogether, the process took around 2 months. As you can see, I left the diagonal purlin supports in because I didn't think the subsequent work and cost required to remove them in order to support the roof was worth it. I did this for better storage after all. It isn't adequate to be used as an additional room, so please don't follow the guidance in this video if that's what you're wanting to do. In this situation you will require steel beams inserted in line with building regulations. Plus it's quite cold up there 9 months of the year. I wouldn't want to spend too much time up there. 2 years on and it's been a fantastic place to store things lying around the house, being so much easier, tidier and cleaner than it was. Thanks for watching and feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment and check out my other videos.